Well, thanks everybody for coming out on Sunday. I know most of you guys were glued to the TV and watching USA win, so that's a great day for that sport. I want to start off a little different today in that a couple years ago we came in here, Chad, Peter, and we acquired and signed a few players that really meant a lot to this organization. And so I want to give some credit for what they've done and giving high praise for Thad Young, Corey, Darren Collison, and Bojan Bogdanovic, because they came in here and really changed an organization. We call it 3T, and they really embraced it, taught us, and gave us a great foundation to start this journey. So they've moved on, and we want to wish them the best and make sure that they understand how important that they are to this organization still. Today we're here to announce that we've traded for TJ Warren and we've signed Jeremy Lamb. You know, we had really a thought, overarching theme of what we wanted to accomplish this summer. And sometimes they come together and sometimes they don't. And for me, this summer came together in a huge way, something that we had hoped for. And when you look at the theme of what we were trying to accomplish is we wanted to get better on the offensive end. And you look at TJ and what he can do. He's a 19-point scorer. He's one of those hybrids that when you put a 3 on him, he's a strong matchup in the post against threes, and on the perimeter, he creates a lot of mismatches on the perimeter. And we really feel like he's going to be able to step in there, give us an offensive firepower at that both the 3 and the 4. And with Jeremy, it's the same thing. We looked out into the market in terms of free agency, felt like that there was a great opportunity. Jeremy's done a great job of improving every single year. And TJ as well. We like guys that love the game. And I can say this year, this team, we have a group of guys that just love the game. And it's apparent. You can always tell when guys love the game is they just have these incremental improvements every single year. So if you look at TJ, you look at Jeremy, they get better every single year. And it's crazy because I was talking to both of them right before the press conference, and we were talking about a lot of different things. And I said, Jeremy, you might, be one of our oldest guys. He's 27, and we've gotten young. I think we've gotten really athletic, but I think there's a great balance here of youth, but also some experience. We've got guys that are experienced. Both these guys have years of experience, and very rarely do you find that really sweet spot where a player is coming into his own, he's improving, but he's finding his own little spot to be playing his best basketball. And you look at some of the things we did, we added a lot of firepower offensively, but probably the biggest thing, something that we've always wanted, is having a team that was on a good timeline. And we feel like we've got a young team, a very vibrant, up-and-coming team that's willing to get better. And it's time for these two to sort of take the baton and run with what we've had the last couple of years. And we're excited about it. There's some more news coming, but today is about TJ and Jeremy, and we're excited to have those, have the players. So with that, we'll open it up for questions.
First of all, TJ, could you just speak to your thoughts about coming here? You had a great opportunity to roll in Phoenix, but your thoughts on coming to this team?
I'm excited. Very appreciative them training for me. I'm excited to get to work, and I'm just eager to get out there and start playing.
Jeremy, I'd ask the same thing. Your decision to come to this team and your thoughts on this transition in your career.
Yeah, the same thing he said. I'm excited. Definitely ready to get to work. excited about the opportunity, about the potential that this team has. Everybody here already, I got a great feel from the coaches, the players. They immediately text me. So I'm just excited, ready for the opportunity, and like I said, can't wait to get started.
TJ, you were in a unique spot in Phoenix with what they were doing. To come here and to know that you're expected to win and you could be playing some playoff basketball pretty soon, how does that make you feel?
It makes me feel great. Like I was telling those guys earlier, I feel like every day matters here. Every day is taken seriously, and I'm ready to contribute to that.
Kevin just mentioned adding a lot of youth yet experience to this team. What advantage is there to coming into a team where they're doing a lot of new things? There are a lot of new faces that are coming into this organization all at the same time, rather than just being maybe one or two new guys who are part of this bigger picture.
Who's that for?
Sorry, for TJ and Jeremy,
Okay.
sorry.
What was the question?
What are the advantages to coming into a team that is putting an emphasis on getting a lot younger, adding a lot of new faces, adding a lot of new talent to this roster, a lot of new faces in general for the upcoming season, maybe rather than just doing one or two of those pieces that are coming into, a really consistent roster and not a lot of movement in it? This is a team that's making a lot of moves, doing big moves in this offseason.
I don't know the advantage. I know that iron sharpens iron, and I feel like the more talent, the more players that you have that's ready to work, that's ready to win, it's only going to make you better. It's only going to help you through an 82-game season. You need depth. You need, a lot of players that's ready to put it on the line every night. And so I just think, it'll just make us better consistently through an 82-game season going into the playoffs.
Jeremy talked a little bit about kind of your incremental improvement. I mean, where would you say your game is right now, and what do you credit to improving year over year?
Hard work. That's all I can lean on is working hard. Trying to get better every day. On and off the court, it's not necessarily always coming in and getting up 500 shots, but hydrating your body or lifting. Those things, eating right. It really helps you more than you realize. And when I was young, I didn't realize that, but as I've been getting older and more experienced in the league, every day matters. And so I think just hard work, trying to take care of my body, on and off the court, it helps through an 82-game season. And, that's all I can attribute it to.
Jeremy, what kind of role do you anticipate here, particularly given Victor Oladipo's injury? Whatever role I'm given, whether that's starting, whether that's coming off the bench, whether that's scoring, whether that's defense, whatever it is, I'm gonna go out there and do it to the best of my ability. With Victor being out, all of us have to step up, and all of us got to be ready to play. And it's only gonna make us better for when he comes back. And so whatever my role is, I'm gonna just give it all I got. To go out there and win, because that's the number one goal. Nate, what do you expect these two players to add that perhaps you didn't have before?
Well, this has been really somewhat of a whirlwind the last month or so with all the free agents that we've had. I think Kevin and Chad and Peter, those guys have done a great job of putting this roster together. You really never know what to expect going into the draft, going into free agency, and for them to be able to bring in our culture, guys that fit our culture, guys with great character. As Kevin mentioned, a lot of our guys now are in their prime. They can grow and develop together. We kind of laid that foundation or set that foundation, and now we're building on that, adding, TJ and Jeremy to the roster. These guys can flat out play. We're going to let them go, and we're going to push them in the sense of, bringing their talent out. For us, we need scoring with the addition of TJ that will be at the small forward position. Jeremy will be at the 2 position. Brockman will be at that point guard position. We've added just a solid foundation of players that will be able to grow and develop into the future. Both of these guys, play and play their position and bring what we need, which is the ability to score. We will defend. I think we're longer, we're a bigger team than we were last year, and we should be an even better defensive team. But their ability to score, create offense, not only for themselves but for the teammates, is exactly what you need in this league at this time.
Kevin, at what point did you feel comfortable with the thought of Domas and Miles and let's go for this? Because it seems like now that we know the pieces, that's the way this thing's heading. Is that a correct thought there?
Yeah, I mean, we're going to take a look at Domas and Miles at the 4 and the 5. You look at what the league is doing in general. I mean, I think it's more bifurcated than ever before in that there's some teams that are going small and then some teams are going big. You look at Philly. Philly's gone really big. I like the fact that we can look at both sides. This team gives us the opportunity to go small at times, but we can go really big too. And I think the flexibility, we've always wanted that. Nate and I've always talked about having the flexibility to do either way. Because night in, night out, you have to depend on one or the other. And so Domas at the 4 and Miles at the 5 gives us really one of the best rim defenders. And with Domas, one of the best dribble handoff, scoring facilitators. So that for me fits. We're going to have to work on our defense and who defends what position, but I like the thought of TJ and Domas and Miles at the 3, 4, and the 5 with Jeremy. Jeremy's got good size for the 2. We can put out a really big team, and I think as you look at some of the teams in the playoffs, some teams went big and were very successful at it. I like the fact that we can do both.
TJ, your three-point shooting has improved dramatically over the course of your career. Last year, you're over 43%. What did you do to make that happen, and how do you see yourself as a three-point threat?
Just locked in. I got a guy back home, Trevor West. He's one of my trainers I work with back home, and we just locked in the gym. Got up a lot of reps, and just a lot of repetition, and just shot it with confidence when I was shooting. So definitely want to continue that throughout my career.